Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 46th tutorial in this course. In this tutorial, we are going to check out the goto statement. Now, goto is one of the least popular statements in C, and the reason why it's not too popular and the reason why you wouldn't see too many people using goto or even recommending goto as an alternative to some of the other constructs in C is because it can create complications in your code, right? So as a programmer, you would want to keep as far away from goto as possible. But the reason why I'm discussing this and the reason why I've made a tutorial on goto and I've shared it with you guys is because it's been a part of the C language since C's inception, and it hasn't been deprecated, right? So people who've made C think that it should be a part of the language, and that's why it's there. And it's not just with C, but with a lot of other programming languages. So you should know how goto looks like and what it does, but in reality, you would rarely see it in any piece of code. And very few people in the world use goto, and you wouldn't want to use it yourself, right? So whatever you're going to do using goto, you would have some other way of doing the same thing, and you would probably prefer that way. So anyway, as you can see, using code blocks, I've saved a file. I've named it goto_statement.c, and on line 1 of this file I have my header file. On line 2 I have the main function, and then I have the curly braces for main. Now the program that we're going to make in this tutorial is going to be the same as we made for the loops, right? And also for break and continue statement. That is, we're going to have a variable in the program, and we'll give it an initial value of 0, and then we're going to loop through the value 0 to 10 using some loop, and we're going to use while in this program, and then we're going to try to fit and go to somewhere in between and see what it does, right? So let's get started, and I'll first declare my variable, and to do that I'll have to type in int space a, and a is the name that I want my variable to have, and then I'll give it a value 0 initially. On the next line I'll type in the keyword while. Within parentheses I'll type the condition for while, which is going to be a less than 10. In the next line I'll type in the opening curly brace for while, and since I want to display the value of a on screen for each iteration, I'll use printf, and then I'll display a is, and then a space in the %d format specifier, the new line escape sequence, and then the name of the variable after the comma, which is a, put the semicolon to terminate the statement, and update my control variable by typing in a++, and then the semicolon to terminate this statement. I save the file, and when I click on build and run, you will see that this is the output we get, right? So a is 0, a is 1, a is 2, up and a is 9. So we get 10 sentences on the screen. Now what if you want to see value of a only till 5 and not beyond that, right? So of course you can use break to do that, but let's see how we can do the thing using goto, right? So of course you'll have to use the if statement to check when the value of a reaches 5 within the loop, and my test condition for if is going to be if a equal to 5, then within curly braces, that is within the if block, I'll type in the keyword goto, and then I'll type in the name of a label. Now we don't have the label anywhere in the program yet, but we're going to place it somewhere, and I'm going to call my label out, right? So you have to type in your label in uppercase letters. It's a convention, and that's why I've written OUT in capital letters, and then I'll put a semicolon to terminate this statement. And since I want the compiler to move out of the loop when the goto statement is executed, I'll have to place my label outside the while loop, right? So immediately outside the closing curly brace for the while loop, I'll type in the keyword out just the way it was inside the loop, and then I'll put in a colon, and I can type in statements that I wish to be executed if the goto statement runs, right? So I would just use one printf statement to display the message we are out of the loop, and that should be good enough. And I'll put a semicolon to terminate this statement. I'll save the file. When I click on build and run now, you see that I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get 6 sentences in the output window. A is 0, A is 1, A is 2, up and A is 5, and then I see the message we are out of the loop, right? So the reason why goto is not a good programming construct is because if your program is long, right? Now you have out here, and if suppose your program is really very long and you place it somewhere, then it can be really difficult to look for where the label is in your program, right? That's one thing. What some people do is they do not move out to labels, but they move out to line numbers. That's even worse. And the reason why it's worse is because if you make some modifications to your code, and because of those modifications, the line numbers of the statements in your program changes, then then Godot can produce unusual results. And trust me, you would really not want to use Godot. And as I said in the beginning of this tutorial, there would be different ways of doing the same thing as you would want to do using Godot. So in this tutorial, we could have used break. And if you were doing something else using Godot, then you could just maybe think about it a little, and think of alternative constructs, and that would be a better approach. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next one, in which we'll discuss something interesting again. And please subscribe to my channel in case you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.